What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever. Period. Now, AJ in the chat is spilling. High key emotional episode. Like, I was crying.
My girl is gone. My girl is gone. Where the fuck is she? I'm so mad because y'all don't understand. I was so happy to see Hannah on TV again. My Taurus sister. You know, as a Pisces, Taurus and Pisces, they're sisters. They are. So I love me some Hannah Chada. I do. And the fact that she's off my screen, baby, I'm done. I'm done.
So done. I'm so
Tucker, Eric, Jag and Jazz, Joseph Abden, they eating it up. All the women finna go home.
It's going downhill. This is the beginning of the end of the season, and I'm telling you that right now. This is the beginning of the end.
At this rate, if Colin and Taylor don't start getting first, baby, somebody getting dragged.
Girl, let's stop racing, please. Like, I can't. I'm so distraught. And Hannah is so sweet and kind and wonderful and an icon. She sent me a happy birthday message. She was just so
diva.
kind. Goes out of her way to be nice. Like, I never want anything bad for her. You know what's really pissing me off, Lee?
What?
I thought I had spoilers for this season. And on the spoilers, I could have swore Hannah Simone didn't get 9th. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I had high expectations. So now, not only am I sad, I'm fucking distraught because I thought they was finna make it to the fucking finale. You're pissing me off. I'm angry.
It's bad.
I'm angry, y'all. Fuck this episode. Fuck this show. Fuck everybody. Fuck Tucker and Eric. Fuck Kylan. Fuck Jazz and Jag.
Wait, what's happening? Why fuck Kylan?
I'm mad. I'm angry.
Well, don't not fuck Kylan. Keep it cute.
Oh, you wanna? Right, child. So we're in Dubrovnik, Croatia.
Period.
Have you ever been to Croatia?
I'm sorry.
Don't say the name of the song. Hello?
My agent told me not to answer dumb questions.
Girl, anyways, so they all get on the same plane to go to Croatia. It's once again, they're kind of leveling out because everyone's getting off at the same time. And it's like, damn, y'all really had an equal chance, huh? Like, I hate this. I hate
Honestly,
this.
I blame the equalizer. Why the fuck you equalize these bitches?
What happened to 30-minute intervals? Because
damn, you know, I had asked for it too, and I regret it.
Like, I regret it bad. Like, I needed them bitches in the back to be in the backpack. Like, 2 hours
stay in the back.
The fuck? Child. So we're here. We do have Chat BCCT this whole episode, y'all. So I'm going to be reading the Chat BCCT. Apparently, on Chat BBC, Taylor said, damn, BBC flows better than BCC. BBC just comes out the tongue.
Maybe you have a dirty mind.
No. Taylor says that she's a dirty girl and that she was stuck in the bathroom throughout this entire flight. Well, for a long time during the flight, during some turbulence, and she was fighting for her life. Now, that might be TMI, but hey, we got that information. We also got
TMI. Maybe she was just in the bath. Maybe she was stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
She went to go pee, and then
it sounds nasty to me.
She got stuck. Or are you thinking Soul Plane where Kevin Hart got stuck on this? Taylor, were you stuck on the toilet like Kevin Hart?
My mind literally went to Soul Plane because when I think of like plane toilet turbulence, it sounds goofy. It immediately sounds comical. So I'm like, what is she? I'm just picturing her in the toilet. God damn. So they also said that apparently there was dragons flying around in Croatia. Now, what do they mean by dragons? I don't know. Dragons aren't real. But Stephanie Negrati said they saw Game of Thrones like dragons flying above the entire city. And they were surprised that the editors didn't put that in.
Dragons?
Maybe, what do dragons wait, dragons are real, right? They're not like unicorns?
No, they're not real. They never existed.
This is where we get confused. You telling me the Tyrannosaurus Rex existed, but dragons don't exist?
The Tyrannosaurus Rex isn't a flying thing that breathes fire.
You telling me the pterodactyl exists?
Does the pterodactyl breathe fire?
It flies.
Does it breathe fire?
All dragons don't have to breathe fire.
Every dragon that we've seen in media breathes fire.
Sure, Dan.
Damn near.
I just feel like, why is that so ridiculous? But this scaly creature with fucking claws and talons flying around is normal.
Because one is real and one was made up.
How do we know?
Science?
But what if we just haven't found the bones to dragons?
Where are your bones?
Girl, get to the detour. And this episode was very, in my opinion, this episode was very simple. Like, it was a lot of editing around people struggling at the actual places, but it was really just detour and then the U-turn and then the roadblock. That was it.
I promise this is an America thing. Pharaoh was just a little...
I just have it. This is my thing. I have a hard time conceptualizing why it's so far-fetched that mermaids don't exist and dragons don't exist, but fucking a Tyrannosaurus Rex who's fucking bigger than a fucking building, like Godzilla.
It's like saying, I don't understand why Santa Claus doesn't exist. We made it up. It's just made up.
That's not similar.
The reason
they're
all made up characters.
But let me tell you the reason why it's different. There's nothing so extravagant that it's crazy like a dinosaur. So how do we get a dinosaur?
It's just a big reptile.
Right. So why can't dragons just be big Komodo dragons?
Because they're not. They're just simply
why not?
They don't exist.
How do we know? How do we know we haven't found them? How do we know we haven't found the bones?
Stop talking. You sound stupider and stupider.
Girl, no, I don't. It's like there's so many stuff we don't know. We haven't found. The ocean is
We know. We don't know.
If
a mermaid was at the bottom of the ocean, they would not look like how we present mermaids at all.
Wonderful. So how do we? I'm not saying they look like that. I didn't never said they look like that. They could look like fully animalistic, weird looking ass fish. But how do we know they don't exist?
Because they don't.
We don't. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. So before they found dinosaurs, before they found dinosaurs, somebody was talking just like you, and somebody was like, "What if there was a big ass animal that was they were saying they don't exist. We know they don't exist.
I promise Americans.
We know.
I promise Americans are not this dumb. I promise y'all.
Girl, we don't know. We literally don't. Thank you, Dalen. We truly don't know. We truly don't.
No, we don't know.
We don't know.
Okay. Great.
Fuck. Just like before we discovered other shit we didn't know.
Okay, I guess Santa Claus is real too, y'all.
He could be. He can.
He is. Let's just say it.
He can. You comparing Santa Claus to like dinosaurs?
I'm comparing a made up thing to other made up things. Yes.
How do you know they're made up?
Because we made them up. I don't know where else to go from here.
We get to the U-turn. No, we get to the detour. It's either Fisherman Hall or Skin 'em All. Lee, we Fisherman Hall, we Skin 'em All. Let me pull up the people.
It's giving Fisherman Hall, child. Because
I think it was giving Fisherman Hall. I agree.
I don't know how to skin no fish.
Me neither. I also felt like skinning the fish would be more meticulous. Like, it just sounds like something that needs to be done correctly. And I'm like, delivering something, I'm always thinking, bitch, if I have to deliver something, all I gotta do is deliver it. Like, it's just simpler. I think it's an easier task. I would have said fisherman. We would have been doing fisherman. Period. Most of the men, no, every male team did Fisherman's Hall, and then every other team chose Skin 'em All initially, of course, because we also have the U-turn. So the only ones doing Fisherman Hall was Tucker and Eric, Jazz and Jag, and Joseph and Adam, and they made that shit look easy. Specifically, Tucker and Eric.
God, Eric don't play.
They don't play. Eric,
strong men.
Oh. Eric held that whole thing himself. They carried it all the way through. They were done very fast as well. Like, they got that done. The Fisherman Hall was very easy. People were doing for the men. Literally for the men. This entire leg, very male, skilled, oriented. It was very unfair, in my opinion, for most of this, truly. This was a terrible leg to do a U-turn as well, because I feel like this detour was so made for men. Like, they literally have to haul 40 pounds of a fucking net. Like, that doesn't seem fair to me, because if one of the male teams did get detoured, that's like carrying like 1% of their body weight versus it being 40% of Rubina and Christine's body weight. You know, it's just not fair. They really should have either made the nets body weight oriented and had everyone have a name attached to it. Like, here's Christina Rubina's and it's only 10 pounds. Here's Izzy and Paige and there's only 15 pounds. Here's Tucker and Eric's and there's a 40 pounds because of their body weight distribution or something like that to make it fair, because baby, this was some bullshit. If you ask me.
I mean, yeah, once we saw like Izzy and Paige and them do it and Christina Rubina, like they were obviously struggling.
Yeah, literally. Just Christina Rubina were dragging it. Whereas Eric carried it on his own. Tucker didn't even have to help. Like, how's that fair? That's
same with Joseph. Joseph was carrying on his back for the most part. Like,
yeah. It was
a strong man. Wow.
Now Skidamall, I felt like Skidamall was weird because the judge, I think the judge was biased towards Hannah and Simone.
It was giving.
Hannah was getting it wrong all them times.
I saw that damn fish. That fish was skinned correctly, playing in my girl's faces.
Talking about too much flesh, too much extra, whatever he said. Bitch, fuck you in the flesh.
Period.
The fuck?
Don't piss me off.
My girls.
It was definitely about because how everybody and their mama got through except them.
Literally.
And I call bullshit.
There were a few times like Kylan and Taylor, they were almost perfect, but they had to go back. But other than that, everyone else, I guess they maybe took their time. I don't know what the difference was, because some of them randomly got turned back and said it was no, and other of them, it seemed like they were able to get it. I guess you just had to skin as much possible off of it in all the fat parts and stuff, and that's what would have been fine. But I don't know. They were dragging it. Oh, too much waste. Bitch, fuck you and your waist.
Oh my
God. But they were there for a long time. Hannah and Simone specifically. They were literally the last ones at the detour. So much so to where they were like, we might need to switch detours. That would have worked out horribly, considering that net. Like, that wouldn't have worked.
I cannot believe they had thought about that for a second. I was like, please don't do this. Like, once you're at a detour for too long, you have to just accept it and try to figure it out. Trying to switch is it's too messy. It's too messy. Like, if you're already last, don't try to switch.
So we get to the W turn, and this is my problem. I remember we were talking about like the person who gets there first, or the people who get there first. It's boring to see them U-turn, because to me, them U-turning Christina Rubina and Izzy and Paige, especially in this leg, is boring. That there was nothing interesting about that. It didn't shift the top leaders in the group. The top leaders were Tucker and Eric, Jazz and Jag, Joseph and Adam, and even Natalie and Stephanie. But it didn't really shift anything, because they wanted to U-turn. It seemed like they wanted to U-turn these weaker teams.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But there was also team. I do feel like maybe if Tucker and Eric were an option, that they probably would have U-turned. Maybe Joseph and Adam would have U-turned them. I would like to hope that, and just hope that all of their allies were options and they were only left with the option of Christina Rubina and Izzy and Paige, because that would have been the only interesting outcome, I guess. I kind of wish Tucker and Eric U-turned somebody. They were trying to be coy as well. Like, U-turn Jazz and Jag. Who gives a fuck? You know, U-turn Joseph and Adam. Who gives a fuck? I wish they would have.
The girl's not real. The girl's not real.
They try to be congenial.
But also the people that they did it to, it's like, why even have this U-turn if two weak players are going to get U-turned? I would say Izzy and Paige weren't a weak team, but Izzy and Paige having to start from the back and the leg like this, it really fucks them up. Like, it's crazy. I will say, if I'm being real, this is why we said Izzy and Paige shouldn't have been acting the way they were acting towards Jag, because this is the shit that happens in the Amazing Race. Like, a double U-turn, a U-turn is not new Amazing Race T. This is why you don't have beef with people on the Amazing Race, because shit like this can't happen. So do I blame Jazz and Jag for doing it? Only because Izzy and Paige definitely would have did it to them. Let's just be real.
Real. And this leg started off at an equalizer. They were all on the same plane. So there's really no claiming that it wasn't fair. Y'all all started this leg at the same time, coming off the same plane. So everyone had a fair chance to get to the U-turn first. I will say once again, it was so pro male during this leg that it was still unfair. It's obvious why the first three teams to get there were the male teams, and they all chose that physical challenge, where it's like, even if a woman chose to carry the 40 pounds, they wouldn't have been able to carry 40 pounds as fast as any of these male teams, which is why it's like still some bullshit in my opinion. Like, of course these teams made it there first. So Jazz and Jag decide to U-turn Izzy and Paige because obvious reasons, and Joseph and Adam decide to U-turn Rubina and Christine. Now I got confused.
But
we
also,
got some
kind
explanations.
of to piggyback what you were saying about the two detours, they also don't feel like they were equal in time either. Like them picking up a net and taking it to a different location, like, and they just have to make sure they know where they're going, doesn't seem as difficult as like skinning a fish that you've never seen before that needs to be skinned in a very specific way. Like the skinning the fish seemed time consuming.
I think it was equal if a woman team is doing it. I think Rubina and Christine, the time it took them to carry the net was equal to someone being able to skin the fish. But it's not equal to two big ass men who work out every day, where it's only 40 pounds, which is why they should have did weight-based training. It should have been so heavy for Tucker and Eric that they had to drag it, because you're right. Ain't no way them carrying that shit across the street should have been that easy. It should not have been that easy. They should have had to drag that shit. You remember the mattress challenge on season 47 with Jeremy and his brother? That's what we need. It needs to be some big ass, heavy ass mattresses if you're gonna have to drag around, or you're gonna be so tired and worn out. It shouldn't have been this net. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't equal specifically for the teams who chose to do it. I do think Christina and Rubina probably would have took a long ass time, or even like Hannah and Simone, it would have took them a long time to even do the net. So I think it would have been evened out if it was based on the correct weight, but it wasn't. It was some bullshit. But hey, we move. We got some tea on why they chose their decisions for the U-turn though. Jazz posted in Chat BBC that the original plan was to U-turn all of the BB26 teams. So Tucker and Eric, Jack and Chelsea, Rubina and Christine. But Tucker and Eric were not eligible because they had already passed the U-turn. And because Izzy and Paige had been coming for Jazz and Jag so much, they decided that they were just going to U-turn Izzy and Paige instead of Jack and Chelsea, who was the other BB26 team. But there was an agreement, and he said this original plan was discussed with a bunch of teams, not just the Trainwreck Alliance. So this was including even people outside of the Trainwreck Alliance. I would say probably everyone not BB26 was probably in agreement of this.
They was on BB26 ass, baby.
They was. So Jazz also says, part of why they decided to use the board is because we had our allies, Kylan and Taylor, and Hannah and Simone behind us, and we wanted to give them the best chance to survive. So by using the board, they made sure no one else had the chance to potentially U-turn Taylor and Kylan. Period. Ate that up. Taylor and Kylan maybe had a reason to use that express pass. Low-key ate. Well, did they? Because no shade, I do feel like Jazz and Jag were going to U-turn Izzy and Paige regardless. Izzy and Paige have been literally ignoring them for the entire first 4 legs. Izzy and Paige were getting U-turned. Period. No shade. So boom. Those were their thought processes. I guess they just had an agreement. I guess that's why Joseph and Adam U-turned Christina and Rubina. Hey, yeah, there you go. Boom. We got to the roadblock. Lee, who feels like everything's going downhill?
It's weird because in the message, Jazz also says the choice between Christina and Rubina versus Chelsea and Jack was Christina and Rubina on average placing better than Chelsea and Jack. Mm-hmm. I would still argue that they could have just did Chelsea and Jack, no shade. I don't know. I don't think Christina and Rubina would necessarily heavy competition. So I kind of just agree with Taylor that the fact that it was 2 women teams done by 2 male teams, it feels a little weird. Like I said, to me, I think Jags and Jazz makes sense. I no shade. Like if someone doesn't like me, I'm gonna U-turn you. I don't know what you want from me. Like I'm gonna U-turn you. Sorry. But to me, Joseph and Adams make the least amount of sense. Like
they just didn't have many options because Kylan and Taylor are their friends, are their allies. Hannah and Simone are their allies, which leaves Christina, Rubina, Natalie, and Stephanie are also their allies. So it's either Christina, Rubina, or Jack and Chelsea. I guess they could have chose Jack and Chelsea. But Jack and Chelsea literally just got 9th place last leg. They were in last. So I'm like, yeah. And I think the true issue is, why are we allies with everybody? No shade. Like, I think the true issue is they should have been U-turning a good team like Kylan and Taylor. Let's get cutthroat, baby. Fuck all the bullshit. You should have U-turned Kylan and Taylor. They already got express pass. They should have got cutthroat and nasty and real dog nasty. Fuck a friendship, baby. We're here to play the game.
That, baby. This is Big Brother. Okay.
And that's exactly why they didn't do it. So
play in people face.
Exactly. So that's why it became boring. It's boring because all of the strong teams are working together. We see that in Big Brother. When all of the best players are working together, bitch, I'm going to be bored. Like, y'all are all eating it up. Like, Natalie and Stephanie are working with Joseph and Adam. They're working with Jazz and Jag and Colin and Taylor. And Tucker and Eric are so good that they can't even come after them because they're ahead of all of these bitches. So it's like, we're just looking at a bunch of weaker teams or women teams fighting it out. It's like, bitch, I'm bored. Like, this isn't fun. Send home these men. Huh? But anyways. So they both get U-turn. Christina, Rubina, Izzy, and Paige, they have to go do the other detour. And we already talked about how they were literally struggling to take the actual the net across. It was just so much. And it felt so weird and it felt so I don't know. It just felt icky. This whole leg felt icky because even the roadblock felt like men could do better at that. It just I don't know. So Lee, who's going downhill? You or me?
It's definitely giving you.
I want to know what they say on the damn cards. I wish they would show it on screen or something because it depends what they explain. Because if they explain building something, I think Lee is good. Lee is good at building, baby. He just built, he built this whole motherfucking thing in 5 motherfucking minutes, So I'm like, he could definitely build. But if they mention the going downhill and running back up and all of that other shit, then I'm like, okay, maybe I could do that. I've tried some sports randomly, boo. Like, it makes sense. So it just depends what they say, but I think it would lean towards maybe me doing it. And at this point, I think I would have ate this up because I'm not bad at building either. I'm very good at like following instructions or using a prototype and making my own. I think I would have been good at building it. I think it would have been easy to go down the hill with it. I think this would have worked out perfectly fine. Boom.
Yeah.
We got a moment.
This could have been a really easy leg. As long as you didn't get U-turn, it was pretty easy.
Especially because we men. Like, they played in them girls' face. Truly, because I think that net would have been really easy for us. I think that net would have been really easy for us, and I think this would have been really easy for us. I think we would have ate this up. Truly. So there was a moment where Kylan and Taylor were walking across towards the roadblock, and Eric overheard them talking smack, allegedly. He heard them talking about the gentleman's agreement. He's like, apparently a gentleman's agreement was made, and they're all working in lockstep as gentlemen to take out some of these women teams. And I don't know nothing about that. And so Eric goes and he tells Jazz about it. And we get a diary room for Jazz. And Jazz is like, oh, Colin and Taylor might be looking at us sideways. We got to keep an eye out for Selena. Y'all, all of that was propaganda. That was all false. That was all propaganda. None of that was real. None of it's true.
Even like the diary room where Jack was like, oh, this makes us feel weird about it.
The diary room couldn't be true because Chat BBC, Taylor Hell, and Jazz actually responded to this as well. And he said that this is true. Taylor says, yes, Jazz and Jag gave us a quick heads up that there was a gentleman's agreement between the two teams. Jazz and Jag are the one who told them there was a gentleman's agreement when they walked past. She says, we passed Jazz and Jag, Nat and Stephanie, and Joseph and Adam as they were leaving the U-turn, where they told us that they packed the board to protect us. They literally told them what they did. And then she says the reason they were talking about it is that Kylan was asked to narrate to the camera crew what was happening at the board. And Taylor's a terrible runner, so our rule was that Kylan talks, she can focus on running. So what Eric overheard was them talking to their camera crew, narrating what happened.
Just messy and nosy.
Messy, nosy, and wrong.
Eric don't need to get on Big Brother. Because, baby, what you doing?
Mm-hmm. And the editing was weird, though, because they made it seem like he was right in the edit. When it's like, clearly they knew that Joseph and Adam and them already told Kylan and Taylor about it. So it's like, y'all are trying to trick the audience.
Well, wait, you said who knew?
Kylan and Taylor already knew about the gentleman's agreement. And they edited it, and so did Jazz and Jag, and they edited it as if Jazz didn't know that they knew this. They were like, oh, Jazz was like, oh, there might be something going on. No, there's not nothing going on with him and Kylan and Taylor. They're good because they're the one who told them about it. They edited that very weird. I guess they wanted us to think maybe Jazz and Jag might turn on Kylan and Taylor. Yada, 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 yada. So yes, they're building this damn thing, and the whole time they're building, Natalie is struggling down. Girl, what was going on with Natalie? She was going a little cuckoo. What'd she say?
I mean, now we got it done, girl. What was going on with Simone?
It has to be straight. 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 I was like, Natalie, breathe, queen, please. Please breathe. Oh my God, this was so bad. Because Natalie ended up getting it when she got on the board, but she took so long building the board. And then for the other woman teams, or Chelsea, because she was the one working on it, Paige, Christine, and Simone, They could not pass this motherfucking race. That shit was crazy.
You think it has to do with how heavy they were?
Street said it is. Street said it did. Like the chat BBC girls, they were saying that's why Kylan wore his backpack on it. And some of the girls felt the same way. I think it definitely was about weight. Obviously, if you're going downhill and you're heavier, you're going to move faster, which is why this was such an unequitable challenge, because Chelsea, Christine, Paige, Simone, they're all lighter than these big ass men. It was Kylan and Jag and Tucker and Joseph going down this hill. It's like, of course, these big ass 200-pound ass men are going to fly down that damn hill versus all of these lighter women. It's like their weight isn't pushing it as much. So it's like we saw them have 10 and 20 and 30 attempts. And it's like, this is bullshit. Like, it wasn't fair. They should have just made it a different requirement, honestly. Truly. What else happened? Boom. Oh, girl. And Taylor talked about this tea as well. Taylor said she wanted to take the backpack from Kylan, and Kylan let her know that it was strategic because he knew he was going to need it as weight. That was very smart. And this is when we get to the end of the episode where it's literally just Paige, Chelsea, Christine, and Simone. I'm not saying I needed my girl Simone to lock in a little better, but the fact that her shit was being hand twisted and she wasn't using the tools, I was like, girl.
Yeah, I love me some Simone, but baby, I didn't know what that performance was. And then when she went out there and it broke down under her, I'm like, girl, because you twisting it with your hands, sister. Not with your hands.
Twisting it with your hands. And I guess she was in a rush. I don't know. But girl, lock in. And she was stressed. They were all stressed. Literally, they were all fucking crying. It's like, I'll be crying too. Because, bitch, why am I here?
Yeah, Chelsea was like, I'm so tired, Dad. Like, oh my God.
Do you think if Hannah would have did this, she could have got it done? Or was it really, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it seemed like Simone didn't know what she was doing at all. So unless Hannah just didn't know what she was doing at all, maybe it would have had the same outcome. But like I said, what threw me off when I saw her twisting that thing with her hand, I'm like, girl, you use that tool. Because when it came apart, I'm like, duh. So I'm like, I mean, if Hannah knew that you had to twist it with tools, maybe. I don't know.
It seemed just so unfair, honestly. It didn't seem like Christine was bad at what she was doing. It didn't seem like Chelsea was bad at driving the thing. It's just they simply aren't moving it as fast. It's like they were getting 38 seconds, 37 seconds, and they had to get under 36 seconds. And it's like, this is just some bullshit, honestly. It should have just been complete the race. It shouldn't have been get it in under this amount of seconds, especially if it was so unequitable with the weight distribution. And if you notice, all of the stand-in contestants were men. So it's like, is this something that usually men do? That I didn't see not one woman on that board who was a stand-in from Croatia. So it's like, bitch, you playing in their motherfucking face. Oh, excuse me. Like, please. So yeah, there we have it. The girls start arriving at the pit stop. Allegedly, according to Chat BBC, they were getting lost on their way to the pit stop, but I guess they just didn't want to focus on that. They wanted to focus on the moments. And honestly, I really love that they focused on the moments because Hannah and Simone, they had such beautiful moments, even in this scenario. When Hannah pulled her to the side and was like, girl, look at me. I'm smiling right now. It's no issue. We're here to have fun. It was like, oh my God, that's so sweet.
Yeah, that was a really beautiful moment. Like, you could tell that they have like a real sisterhood. And I love when people leave this experience and it's like, we're just happy that we had this experience. Like, we love each other. We learn more about each other. And I love that so much.
Mm-hmm. They worked so hard. They've done so good throughout the entire race. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, I hate the flag so bad. Like, why couldn't it be Christina Rubina?
Oh. You know what's funny? Either Rubina is watching or other people are saying this because she put in Chat BBC. She said, and I'm still here. Sorry, I know y'all mad about it. And it's like, ooh.
I'm still in the motherfucking house. I'm still in the motherfucking house.
Got him a little bit. But yeah, Hannah and Simone are out. Unfortunately, I got to remove them.
You don't have to do anything.
I don't. And we have our top 8 teams still up in the motherfucking game. Lee, I don't think we need to move number 8. No shade.
We don't have to, no.
Number 7 Not Izzy and Paige. That's
Jack
all
and
I know.
Chelsea.
Honestly, you said who?
Jack and Chelsea.
Agreed. Y'all can go ahead and bow out. I feel like they're not. One reason I like Izzy and Paige is because I feel like they're actually a contingent to make it to the final leg. You know what I mean? And I really like that. Like I need all the duds to go. Sorry, Christina Rubina, Jack and Chelsea, bow out. Let's see the big six actually fight for the crown. No shade at the big six. Natalie is the.
Yeah, Natalie and Stephanie.
I'm not getting much from them. I like their little Latina moment where they were speaking Spanish because she understands it better in Spanish. I think moments like that are so interesting and it's eye-opening to other cultures and stuff like that. I appreciate that, but you helping bitches out, you giving bitches directions. Chop City for me. To me, same for Jazz and Jag and Joseph. And I don't know. I'm sick of the alliance. One of them needs to fucking go. Personally, I think for me next it would be Jazz and Jag. For me, it would be Jazz and Jag next. I can't do it. I need y'all to go. Y'all friends with everybody. Y'all alliance with everybody. Y'all you turning my bitches Izzy and Paige. Like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. The boy team's got to go. Who's next? Probably Tucker and Eric. Yeah. Tucker and Eric. Dare I say I'm fucking with Izzy and Paige? Hold on.
They could be number one for the episode.
Dare I say for this episode, Izzy and Paige are like low-key iconic because you know what's iconic? That both people who U-turn now. It's not iconic in the fact that who went home. But it is funny that Lee was literally talking about, he's like, do people get U-turn and stay often? Is that possible? And literally both teams low-key kind of.
I don't want to talk about it.
They nibbled a little. Izzy and Paige specifically ate because Jazz and Jag thought they was doing something.
Hannah and Simone allowed them to last.
They bowed out. They knew exactly what was going on.
Generous queens.
Oh, the chat say Izzy and Paige, they favors as well. No, Izzy and Paige are very entertaining. I love them.
No, I really enjoy them. They're both really reassuring to each other. They love each other a lot. I was like, no, this episode, I was like, I really see it. I low-key missed Izzy. Izzy looked cracked. I kind of miss her.
Ooh, yes. So we'll see how the next legs go. The fact that Jazz and Jag and Kylan and Taylor still have the Express Pass, it's like, baby, at this point, I feel like guaranteed to see them in the end game. Because the Express Pass this late, y'all kind of got it.
Y'all
Express Passes expire?
I think they do at some point.
They honestly, I feel like they should expire before Final Four, but part of me thinks last season someone said they expire for the like you can't use it on the final leg, but you can use it.
That makes sense.
For that. But Final Four just seems so late to still have an Express Pass. But
hey, I mean, if you still got that hoe,
you still got that hoe. Boom. We're here, and we'll be back next week. Get into the other shit we're doing, of course. Oh, someone said, I think Final Five. Okay. That's better. Get into the other stuff. Tomorrow, I'll be talking The Challenge. On Saturday, we'll be talking Love is Blind. On Sunday, we'll be talking Love Cabin. And, of course, every Monday, Wednesday, we have our Survivor teas. And on every Tuesday and Thursday, we have our Big Brother 6 Rewind. So get into everything, y'all. And thanks for keeping it real with the kingdom, honey. We're out.